That's a lot of damage!
Daniel, Julian, Meldanine, and thank you once again for joining me. My name is Aramil, and today we will be looking at Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 3, Part 2, The Trail and the Toll. I'm looking forward to this. Our party has just stumbled in on some underworld shenaniganry, and without further ado, let's get into the review. So right quickly, Bertrand isn't with the party as combat starts. And that can be really both dangerous and aggravating because of how quickly time segments are. A round is only 6 seconds. So if you have, half the party that's only maybe a minute away, well, that's still 10 rounds of combat. That's a lot can happen in 10 rounds of combat. That's for damn sure. So you gotta be careful with that. Gotta be careful splitting up the party. It is always funny also when two players or player and an NPC have the same initiative and you go through and, okay, who has the higher dex modifier? Failing that, who has the higher just dex score? But when, let's see, when they have two of the same dex stat and then decide to, just roll to decide who goes first, and then they roll the same thing. Just the look of excitement and utter confusion and disbelief on Matt's face here. It warms my heart. This is wonderful. Positive side is now we've basically confirmed what Rollies is. I don't know if that's been done in a tweet or anything, but it's definitely just a straight D20 roll. Yay! And apparently, Marisha has a thing against people named Doug. That's unfortunate. I know a couple Dougs. It is kind of funny thinking about it because they usually are very on top of what they're going to do each turn. So even pausing to figure out what spell Laudna wants to cast, excuse me. And this would be she's maybe taken 10 seconds thus far, and people are already just kind of eyeing her. Makes me very jealous. I mean, we've all been there. Those of us who play D&D, just you're going around the table, and somebody just takes a while to figure out what they want to do. That happens. Jeez, and coming out strong with this boss. 4 melee attacks after retrieving a weapon that had been disarmed and then disengaging. That's quite a turn. Jeez. I'm just trying to think of all either the feats or abilities or whatever that you need to have to be able to do that in 3.5, and it's not an insubstantial amount. So, of course, boss fights, especially where it's just one opponent, you have to be able to combat the turn economy of a full party, and this is a lot of players, so that is their main advantage, is turn economy. And talking about turn economy, wow, all of the enemy figures have emerged. Let me try and, can I get that a little bit bigger? Not really, not from your perspective. Alright, well, maybe slightly bigger. Yeah, that is a bad place for Laudna to be. There are, two that are flanking her, and one that's right up there ready to make another attack. I don't even know what these things are, but I'm guessing they are not very friendly. And even if they go down like trumps, they're probably going to do a number on Laudna. So let's see how this turns out. And the fighter goes down in the ambush. Oh no. That turn economy is now working against them. Man, Travis's face when they find out that most of the spellcasters are used up. Whew, nervous laughter indeed. And we are not quite one round in combat. A fighter down, most of the spell slots expended. Plenty of enemies. Issues! Let's see how they pull this bacon from the fire. Magical darkness is just criminally underused. I remember there's a fairly good-sized combat about this level, where the enemy could just drop darkness. They were like really weak drow, but there was a scattering of like small traps on the ground and like 3 drow who were just like every so often just dropping darkness on the players as they tried to approach. It was magical and hilarious. So I highly suggest, if you want to spice up combat, make it so that the players can't actually see the board. It gets so wonderful. Another funny bit, and just like, okay, what do you have? Do you have a healing potion? You got a healing potion. Fresh cut grass. I have a bedroll and a water skin. Why? Why do you have either of those items?
You hit the back of Dorian.
Take a swing. 15.
What's your AC, Dorian?
It is 15.
You hit. Go ahead,
Oh
roll
my
damage.
god.
Oh, shit.
Friendly foe, still friendly.
What do I do? What does he do?
Such a
Oh, no.
This is the best.
10 points of damage.
You dick.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
So an explosion of electricity just flares up all around.
I really like how she almost takes out Liam. And just boom. Okay. Having proper somatic components, that's a really good bit of roleplay. And for people who are playing as wizards, sorcerers, clerics, spellcasters of any kind, really, think about including just a little bit of, pizzazz to your magic. It's magic. Make it flashy. Now, I love the idea of, turning into a creature, say a snake, and then just devouring your enemies. Trust me, that's great. But enemies that burst into flame upon death, I would not recommend taking a nibble of. That bit of gastrointestinal pain, I feel. Taco Bell from hell. I did wonder how long he would keep them in combat, uncertain if anything was in the darkness. And I understand why he would, clean that up pretty quickly. I definitely, if memory serves, I kept my party in combat and uncertain if there were more enemies for about good 5 minutes more, real time. Feel free to fuck with your players just a little bit, Keep them on their toes. Now, he's removed it from the table to, let people actually do things. But darkness actually, it hangs out for a while. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like 10 minutes per level. I should have looked this up before unpausing. Darkness. I should check the 5e. So, darkness, the spell. So it's 2nd level in 5th ed. Up to 10 minutes. Okay, that's a lot nicer than in 3.5, if memory serves. Because in 3.5, yeah, it's 10 minutes per level. And I'm pretty sure you have to be at least like 3rd level to cast it. So you're looking at half an hour of just black. That is a major just control spell, really. Yeah. But still 10 minutes. That's solid. That is a lot of combat. I think we've had one combat that lasted like 10 minutes. Which is like 100 rounds. So, yeesh. It was gnarly. It took like 2 or 3 sessions. So, in any case, moving on. Alright, sexy deception between Dorian and Imogen. That's quick thinking. Pretty clever. A little awkward, but hell yeah. Well done. Using the natural awkwardness, I guess, of interrupting somebody in the midst of that to their advantage, yeah. Hell yeah. So, at the debriefing, with Lord Estros, and he brings around a large brown structure, and I, honest to God, thought that Matt Mercer was about to go completely meta. And just like, you notice his character sheets around the table. Roll stats. And just, oh god. I would have lost my mind. Also, apparently, Lord Estros is a baker, bakes cakes. That's awesome. I still don't fully trust him, or at the very least, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the idea of an older orcish gentleman kind of just doesn't jive with me in at least the campaigns that I've been in. So I naturally assume that there has to be something deeper at play, but we'll find out. We'll find out. That's the fun of it, right?
So your hobbies are baking cake and covertly protecting the realm from evil. What an odd retirement. How did you come by it?
I also read a lot of books.
Okay, so when you ask Lord Esteros how the previous patron died, and he says natural causes, and you roll well on a sense motive check, and the DM has to whisper in your ear, that makes me paranoid. He's definitely a vampire. I just know it. Oh, coming up with a good adventuring name is difficult. The simple ones are taken, and you don't want to be too cliched. Bertrand's Bellends, though. That rolls off the tongue pretty nicely. Oh, it reminds me of a time when one of my friends used a leadership feat to start a mercenary / bodyguard service. His character's name was Silver, so they were the Silver Shields. It took him a full session to realize the initials of what he had made. Good times. Oh, that whole tavern scene, the last, 20 minutes or so, that was lovely. There's genuine moments there of, heartwarming. Also people saying goodnight for, 10 minutes. I'm from the Midwest. I understand what a Midwestern goodbye is. That is a very Midwestern goodbye. Holy shit. It's impressive.
Why don't we have a conversation?
Oh shit.
No.
It is.
Right there.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
as you glance down at it and kind of cough for the blade withdraws again and goes this time into the abdomen, right up to the hilt,
Is he?
for 16 points of piercing damage.
Unconscious.
Imogen. Just then the wind suddenly starts to change. Harsher. Colder.
First off, holy shit. Second off, incredible use of lighting, and facial expressions, as you can see. I chose the pause perfectly. Oh boy. Oh boy. Holy shit. Holy shit. What a way to end an episode. I love Ashley's like, no, we're gonna do it right now. Oh man. That was incredible. Way to off a character. I can only assume that Bertrand is not allowed to make death saving throws, and we will find his new character next week. Or, no, not next week. Oh, in about 8 hours from when this goes live. I think, yeah, 8-ish hours. Whatever. Or is it 10? No, it's at 10 p.m. my time. Right. So 10 hours after this goes live. We will get to see Travis's new character. Which is really, really kind of sad because everybody was, warming up together. I don't know if, I don't know if Travis and, Travis was aware that Bertrand was going to just get offed like that, or what? I don't know. Ooh, shivers. But I'm looking forward to this as much as you are. Oh man, I can't wait. But until then, Hantanil Tulien Mildanin, thank you once again for joining me. And until next time, farewell. 10 XP for listening to the DM Ramble. Did anybody level up?